Hi friends, welcome to Make Something Mondays, and to kick off this week's Dinosaur Week, we are going to be making salt dough fossils. Let's get started. To start off, we're going to be adding 1 cup of flour, just all-purpose flour, and half a cup of salt to a large bowl, and we're going to be mixing those two things together. Once they're completely mixed together, so you don't see more salt or more flour in any particular spot, then we can slowly, gradually start adding half a cup of water into our mixture. We want to make sure that we're moving that around. If you find that your dough is too wet, too sticky, then you can add a little bit more flour to that. We're just going to mix until it's totally stirred together. It's kind of like the consistency of Play-Doh. If you want to also add a color, you can add a color to your dough after you're done mixing it all together, or you can wait until they're all dry and then you can paint them if you'd prefer. If you're adding it at this step, use food coloring to add your color. Once all of your ingredients have been mixed together in that bowl, you're just going to start kneading it together. And kneading it means pressing it on a hard surface and just rolling it in your hand, making sure that you keep mixing it together. This is just going to help it really come together. We're then going to need to roll it out. So we're going to take a little bit of extra flour, sprinkle it on the table. If you're doing this on a desk or something like that, you might want to put some plastic on top just to make sure that it doesn't get messy. Then we're going to use our rolling pin and sprinkle some flour on our rolling pin too to make sure it's not staying. And then we can just roll it out. We're going to keep rolling until we get the thickness that we want. If you keep your dough, your fossil, a little bit thicker, it'll take just a little bit longer for it to dry. So you decide. I'm gonna do it like that. What I'm gonna use for my fossils to start is a cookie cutter. So I'm just gonna take that, press, and make the shapes. And as I'm doing this, I'm starting to think about what kind of fossils I'm interested in creating. So think about different things that might have been around when dinosaurs were around. Do you want to do a dinosaur footprint? Do you want to do a prehistoric flower or plant or insect? So think about those things. Maybe look at different things that are around your house as well. You'll see we had some leftover dough after we moved away all of the extra bits after our cookie cutter. So we can roll this out again after we're all done with these. So for my shapes, I'm gonna take this plastic alligator of mine, because did you know that these guys are prehistoric as well? So I'm gonna take this guy, maybe I press him upside down, get some cool texture on this one. Maybe I press this guy, get his footprints, get 4 paws. I'm gonna take a shell too. So what's really cool about doing these is we're working on our prints too. So looking at how when we press something, we might get that shape again. So then you can take it up and you can see the little indents of the shell too. And then if you're like, I don't have the thing in my house that I really want to create, then you can always take a shish kebab stick, or you can take something different like a toothpick and then create your design too. So I might create a leaf, kind of like that. Or big dinosaur paw. So have fun with it, create your shapes, and when you're all done creating all of your shapes, then you can leave it to dry right here, or you can put it on a baking sheet and then heat it in an oven at 150, checking it often, and you can leave it in there for an hour just to let it heat up, and that'll help it to last just a little bit longer, and it'll be totally hardened when you take it out. Now that we have our fossils and they're totally hardened from being in the oven for an hour, I like to hide mine. So either in plants that I have around the house or maybe outside in the garden for people to find too. Ta-da! I hope you enjoyed making fossils today, and be sure to check out tomorrow's video with Hannah for Toonie Tuesday. Have a good day, guys. Bye.